Hi, my name is Caitlin Hunter and I am applying for the social studies position. I became a social studies educator for two reasons. The first was when I was in elementary school, I struggled with self efficacy. I never felt smart enough, and I didn't learn how to read until I was about 8. And so I just kind of fell behind in school. And in fourth grade, I had two teachers who focused on differentiation and multiple intelligences. And also in fourth grade is when you really start to learn about social studies as true social studies and history, and you learn about your state history. And they were able to show me that I was smart. It might not look like your typical book smart, but they fostered in me a love of history, and they saw that I really enjoyed it. And so they kind of ran with it and showed me that I had knowledge that I just needed to show in another way that wasn't just reading or writing. And I remember feeling so empowered by them and thinking, if I could be that for somebody else, that would be amazing. So that's the first reason I became a social studies teacher. The second reason is because I have a passion for helping students become engaged citizens. I truly believe that as a social studies educator, I have the ability to mold the future. I can impart skills onto my students that will make them engaged and active citizens and be able to contribute to their society. And while all teachers have the ability and responsibility to do that, the social studies curriculum really lends itself well to that goal. Your second question, the three words that I think my greatest supporter would use for me are compassionate, cheerful, and well-traveled. I think that as teachers, it's our responsibilities to build positive and meaningful relationships with our students and to be their cheerleaders. I'm cheerful. I always try and come with a positive attitude in school and just really foster a positive culture and climate in my classroom. And finally, well traveled. I worked for a nonprofit abroad, and I really try and bring that knowledge of other cultures that I've experienced firsthand into my classroom to make the curriculum more engaging. The third question, the quote that kids can't learn from teachers they don't like. For the most part, I agree with this. I think that students can learn from teachers that they don't like. I think we all have that one teacher that we can think of back in either middle school or high school that we didn't like or we weren't fans of, but I could still recall certain things that they taught me. But I think that when teachers have a positive relationship with their students and that they are a teacher that their students like, I think there's a much higher chance of meaningful learning and deeper content knowledge and development. I think you have a bigger buy-in from students when they like their teachers. I think you have the chance for a higher willingness to participate when there's a positive student-teacher relationship. I think the difference between a good teacher and a great teacher is about how they handle the content. I think a good teacher delivers the content and they can do it effectively and they can do it well and they help students be successful. But I think a great teacher makes the content engaging and applicable to their life. I think that's really when students understand and can fully grasp what we do is when we make it meaningful to them and make it relatable to their lives. Otherwise, what's the point? And I think that's something that's really hard to do. I also think a great teacher builds relationships, positive, meaningful ones with their students, and can be open with them and just be a place for students to have a safe haven. Finally, I think the biggest problem facing education today, or public education, is a lack of funding and a general lack of understanding for what teachers do on a daily basis. I think just overall we see schools having a harder time to fund what they need, whether it be for in-school activities, supplies, extracurricular activities, teachers, or administrative staff, secretarial staff, custodial staff. All of these people make a school district run. And I think we're just seeing it not being funded the way that it should be. And just, a lack of understanding of what an actual teacher does. We're not just deliverers of content. We are our students' guidance counselors. We give them advice. We are a shoulder to cry on. We are their biggest support system outside of their parents. And people don't see that. They think that we get them for a set time chunk and then we send them on their way, but it's so much more than that. That being said, I think this is really an exciting time to be an educator. We are in a time where we have so much information available to us, and there's so much collaboration that can happen within a school, between districts, between states, because of the access to technology that we have. I think it's super easy nowadays to get new curriculum or get new ideas or exchange ideas with teachers on how I can better do this, or I need an idea for how to teach this lesson. And it's really exciting that we are in this position, that we have so many options available to us and so much technology that we can use to help improve our teaching and help deliver content. So thank you for your time, and I look forward to meeting you in person and further discussing my qualifications and my experiences and how I can be a further asset to your district. Thank you.